that in many ways, I look at today as a promise fulfilled. Over a year ago, we promised the class of 2020, and maybe even longer than that they will have their day, that they will walk across a stage in their robes, they'll be with their families, and they will hear their name called. And so today is a promise fulfilled. Took us a little longer. Yeah, absolutely. So let me talk a little bit about what today is all about. First of all, it's about our students. It's about your class. And this ceremony really is historic for us. This is the very first time that we've had a commencement held over homecoming weekend, and the first commencement held more than after a year after you completed the requirements for your degrees. Well, none of us wanted it to turn out this way. I congratulate each of you, and it's here. You're not alone. Colleges and universities across the country have done a lot of things, and many of them are having their ceremonies this fall. When we asked the students in March of 2020, and I'll talk about that in a minute, what they said was important, it was being together. And frankly, I wish that we weren't in masks, but we are always concerned about our safety and the safety of your families. And so I apologize for that, but it's important that we're together and that we're safe. So here we go, celebrating you and everything that you did while you were here. And you know, under the best of circumstances, earning a college degree is hard. Finishing your college degree during a global pandemic takes a level of grit and resilience that I'm not sure you knew you had. But we never doubted you. And look at what you have accomplished. You not only survived, you thrived. You also had take the sizable task of starting your career or graduate school during a time when so many critical steps along the way happened virtually. The world continues to ask a great deal of you, but this class is ready. During your time at Springfield College, you were given all the tools to be successful. Being educated in the Humanics tradition, you are now applying those lessons to your new situations, your new jobs, your new dynamics, and new communities. I'm going to take some editorial liberties with a line from a June Jordan poem that was also the title of an Alice Walker book. We are the ones we have been waiting for. Today, it feels right to say that you are the ones that we've been waiting for. You are the leaders that will take us into the future, mindful of the lessons learned over the last 20 months, and the value of connection, valuing others, and of leadership in service to others. You were made for these times, and I will never forget, and nor will you, the challenges that you overcame. So often I'm asked what makes Springfield College and our alumni special. And it's a question I love to answer because there is so much to say. In most cases, though, my response certainly centers around our mission, our culture, and our commitment to humanics. It's a subjective answer that amounts more so than the feeling you have being on campus. It's the feeling, it's the way you care for each other and you care for yourselves and the respect you show the community. I see you leading with your head and with your heart. Never has it been more necessary than during these times. And you know what? You showed up today. After many, many months after your degrees were confirmed, you cared enough to show up, and that's what matters. The pandemic is a part of your Springfield College story, but it does not define it. It does not define you. While the pandemic impacted all of us in different ways, you took it as a time to continue to show your compassion towards others and yourself. The world will be better by you, and our graduates being active members of their communities and staying connected to this one. This is your homecoming, but there's always going to be many, many more, and we will be here to welcome you. You will soon join me on stage as we celebrate your great accomplishment. While we won't shake hands, it'll still be my pleasure to be a part of this milestone. Let's also take a moment to celebrate those people who have guided you and inspired you. Let's start with the Springfield College faculty. Their contributions every year are incredible, but they have done even so much more over the past 2 years to ensure that you were prepared for whatever you faced, and I can't thank them enough. In a matter of 2 weeks, we went virtual, and all of the gratitude goes to our faculty. So faculty, could you please stand so that we can show you our appreciation? Now next, I'd like to ask the family and friends who are celebrating with you today to please stand so your graduates can recognize and see you and thank you. Let's go. Well, now normally, as you can imagine, the speeches are different every year that we give. This year, we always thank our families, but I want to say a special thank you to the families because March of 2020, we sent our students home, and many have stayed there. And so you didn't anticipate this happening either, and it's been unusual, but to see the joy in the families' faces today, this is a milestone for you as well. So I offer you my personal congratulations for all the support that you have given not only your students, but also the school. So thank you very much. Okay, to the real reason we're here, to the class of 2020, I congratulate you and I thank you. You have made us, and me in particular, more proud in many, many ways, more than I can count. Please remember to stay connected to each other through the Springfield College Network. Great things can happen. And I am fortunate and very lucky to serve this institution and its great people. On weekends like homecoming, when our past and our present come together, I'm reminded of the privilege of being a part of this community. From home show to commencement, to dedicating our new softball field later today, to recognizing outstanding alumni tomorrow, we are in a celebrating mood. And so join me in finding as much joy as you can. I can't think of a better way to spend the weekend. I hope we don't do this in the future like this, but if we do, we will, because we will persist. Each year for commencement, it is our policy to invite an undergraduate and graduate student to deliver the official greeting at this ceremony. This year, it is my pleasure to introduce to you Sarah Woolley, a candidate for a Doctor of Philosophy degree in Sport and Exercise Psychology. She will deliver an official greeting on behalf of the graduate students. Let's give her a round of applause.
Thank you, Dr. Cooper. Good morning, everyone. Trustees, honored guests, staff, members of the faculty, colleagues, and most importantly, class of 2020. As a representative of all of the graduate schools, it is my great pleasure to welcome you all to the Springfield College class of 2020 commencement ceremony. I extend my warmest congratulations to all 2020 graduates. It has been a long road to get to this point. We have waited patiently through the most unprecedented of times to be able to stand up here on this stage and receive the degrees we were awarded over a year ago. Well, we were the ones who hit the books hard, stayed up late studying for exams, and had years taken off our lives preparing for our theses, dissertations, capstones, and board exams. We did not get here alone. I would like to acknowledge the people who have supported and helped us along the way. To all the family and friends with us today, and to those who could not be here in person, thank you. Thank you for your encouragement that you have offered, the sacrifices that you have made so that we could get to this point, and the future sacrifices that you will make as we continue to pursue our careers. Whether it was a financial sacrifice, a sacrifice of time, or a sacrifice of your ear so that we could vent endlessly about the amount of work we had, you all played a role in our success. Graduates, would you please take a moment to again acknowledge the people who have supported you near and far, including your own classmates. I also want to thank the faculty. Thank you for all of your support throughout the years. We truly could not have gotten here without you. So again, let's acknowledge the faculty. Thank you. I imagine many of you share the same views of Springfield as I do, which is why you decided to come back here today for the ceremonial walk across the stage. Springfield College is a home. While a round of applause is a small gesture, we cannot truly put into words the appreciation we have for the entire Springfield College community. It is impossible to express our gratefulness of the home Springfield College provided. Like all homes, we were provided a safe place to learn, grow, and improve as people. They truly live up to the Humanics philosophy, the education of the whole person in spirit, mind, and body for leadership and service to others. We have had an incredible education. We've been challenged and inspired, made lifelong friends, and endless memories. We are becoming a part of the most remarkable group of alumni. Springfield College will forever remain a home for all of us. Whether we are on campus, on the other side of the country, or in another part of the world, the Pride community is always near us. I'm sure you can all relate, no matter where we go, the legacy that Springfield College has always follows us. I always meet another Springfield College graduate who is so proud to share that they also graduated from Springfield College. I'm delighted and honored to be able to say that we are officially joining the family of Springfield College alumni. Class of 2020, we are here today to celebrate and participate in the praise and wonder of your achievements, past, present, and future, and the lifelong prestige and responsibility that comes with being a Springfield College graduate. Good luck on your life journey, and congratulations to you all.
Thank you, Sarah. It is now my pleasure to introduce Emily Van Horn, a candidate for the Bachelor of Science degree with a double major in English and education. She will deliver a greeting on behalf of our undergraduate students. Emily?
Thank you, Dr. Cooper. Good morning, esteemed guests, members of the Board of Trustees, staff and faculty members, as well as my fellow graduates. It is my sincere pleasure to welcome you to our commencement exercises for the class of 2020. Boy, does it feel like we've been waiting for this day for years. I'd like to congratulate everyone here today. We did it. Having the opportunity to walk across this stage is amazing. It feels great to be back with so many familiar faces and in a place we have come to call home. Springfield College has been a safe space for many of us. It's a place where we are supported by our professors and advisors, motivated by staff members, and inspired by our peers. Because of the events happening around the world, we were pushed from our safe space just a little earlier than expected. We abruptly left others behind, felt a bit shorted, and felt a bit forgotten. I recall feeling disheartened and misunderstood as we completed our degrees on Zoom. For me, it was a random Tuesday afternoon, quietly closing the laptop on a gen ed class in my parents' house that marked the official end of my senior year. I think I can speak for all of my fellow graduates here today that however shorted we may have felt, however unfinished everything feels, our love for this school and the people we have become from its guidance and leadership has reunited us here together this morning. Our desire to be surrounded by our classmates and staff and these familiar walls again is strong. This is a place that strengthens who we are and who we want to become. How can I begin to list my connections to Springfield College? My dad is an alum, and both of my sisters currently attend and are here with us today. We all came here for different reasons: the feeling of home, a particular academic program, or athletics. Many of my close friends are also a part of the Legacy family with grandparents, parents, and siblings who attended, and the Humanics philosophy was drilled into our hearts and minds and became a habit as we progressed through life. Helping others, living with empathy, staying balanced, appreciating, and being where your feet are. The Humanics philosophy shines through in a variety of ways. Springfield provides countless opportunities for us to give back to our communities. A campus-wide Humanics in Action Day, spring break trips dedicated to helping communities near and far, and cooperation with schools in the area to encourage youth to live with confidence, independence, and love. Developing and refining your personal definition of spirit, mind, and body is also an intense focus. From crazy cheers to circles of support, day one of your college experience at NSO, pre-camp, and cultural connections push you to be vulnerable and encourage you to continue working on yourself. We have met friends that turned into family and faculty that turned into colleagues. It's here that we have all made the best of memories. I fondly look back on the times where the whole school piled into this field house to play bingo and gathered on the green when the sun came out. The last night of school, many students came together for a final hurrah and even held a mock senior night for athletes who did not have the chance to complete their collegiate careers. Even in our moment of loss, we rallied to celebrate and support one another. That is what I love and miss about being here. With that being said, the past year and a half has been extremely difficult for a variety of reasons. A pandemic upset the way we live our daily lives and rewrote every rule we thought we knew. Political unrest in our nation and the world around us has revealed deep divisions. Inequality has been an ever-growing topic of conversation and a call to action. Nature itself is straining as a result of our collective and cumulative choices. At times, it feels a bit silly to be celebrating when these events are unfolding in front of us. But if we can, for a moment, change our perspective like we have needed to time and time again these past months, perhaps we can gain some insight. Springfield College attracts a certain kind of person who is humble, a person who is kind, a person who is a leader and is not afraid to speak up in conversations they believe in, a person who is devoted to living a life in service of others and bettering the communities around them, a person who learns to balance their spirit, their mind, and their body through self-love and advocacy. Through the glorious yet stressful lens of social media, I've witnessed my classmates continue these trends and authentically be such people. My classmates have gone on to crush their clinicals and ace their boards. They've become editors, reporters, journalists, analysts, sales representatives, athletic directors, managers, educators, and hold so many more impressive positions. What unites them? Their leaders. Whether educating others online or marching in solidarity with others, they have given their time and themselves in service, while they too were plagued by the pandemic. I am honored to graduate with a class that has found a way to make the best lemonade out of the biggest damn bag of lemons. Today is about gratitude. Be proud of yourself and of your accomplishments. Your growth during your time at Springfield College is inspirational, and never forget those who helped us along the way. Today is better late than never, and this is a celebration worth having. Thank you for all you do, and never stop. Class of 2020, I'll see you at the 5-year reunion in 4 years. Thank you, everyone, and enjoy the ceremony.
I don't know, for many of us that work with students, I had a flashback, and maybe her father did too. It just seems like it was yesterday you were here for your own NSO. And I do appreciate the Van Horns sending their entire family to Springfield College. Is there anybody at home that you can send? That would be great. So at this point in our commencement exercises, it is my honor to present to you our commencement speaker. Terry Poe, a graduate of Springfield College, class of '96, has lived the Springfield College mission throughout her career. A woman of faith and family, a purposeful and devoted educator, Terry is a wife, mother, friend, leader, educator, and community volunteer. She is a graduate just like you. She is also the aunt of one of our seniors at Springfield College, Paris Lazina, who is a leader, and I'm sure it runs in the family. Serving first as a classroom teacher, then district reading specialist, and currently the principal of Brookings Elementary School in Springfield, just down the street. Terry has dedicated herself to education, care, and service of others, especially our children. A Brookings school guidance counselor recently wrote about Terry. Though to many, Terry is a superwoman. She is the first to tell you that she doesn't wear a cape, that she trusts and believes in her team, that teamwork makes the dream work. That is Terry's motto. A motto that has inspired and instilled when she was younger and learning from her beloved parents, and that was reinforced during her time at Springfield College, where she collaborated and communicated with her peers in supporting each other to achieve success, for themselves individually and for each other collectively. Terry's Brookings school team described her as finessed, strong, smart, real, purposeful, loving, spiritual, transparent, independent, collaborative, open, honest, powerful, and insightful. It's quite a lead up, Terry. I believe all of it's true. And it sounds like a Springfield College graduate to me. A true leader, and I can't wait for her to address you. I would also like to say that she's a dear friend of mine and has welcomed me into the community when I arrived 9 years ago, and I have been forever grateful for everything she's done for us and for our students. Terry, welcome me up to the podium.
Who was that? Good morning. Good morning. It is an honor and a privilege to stand before you today. To our awesome president, Dr. Mary Beth Cooper. I heard Martha call her the rock star president. So she is the rock star president. Our trustees, members of the podium, faculty, staff, my family's here, so I want to just acknowledge my father, Pastor Charles E. Pratt, my mom, Evelyn Pratt, my husband, Maurice. We are high school sweethearts. So he's here, my daughters, Tamara and Maya, my uncle Larry, and Paris. I think you're out there as well, my niece. And I'd like to also say the reason that we are gathering here today, class of 2020, let's give them a hand. As mentioned, I graduated from Springfield College in 1996. My freshman year, I lived in Gulick Hall. I remember my mother and father dropping me off quickly. And I was nervous, but they dropped me off very fast, and I met my best friend, Vanedra Roberts. She lived across the hall from me at Springfield College, and we are friends to this day. Godmother of my children and a dear friend. After Gulick, I moved on to International Hall. Then I finished my years at Reed Hall as a resident assistant for both my junior and senior years. One of my favorite memories at Springfield College was New Student Orientation. New Student Orientation took place at East Campus, and I remember a sea of maroon and white beanies. And I was there, nervous, didn't really know a lot of people. And I remember that experience. We did a lot of team building, icebreakers. And I remember my NSO leader, and that leader yelling out, "Attitude check." And the response was, "Springfield College is great." Today, I'm your leader, and when I yell attitude check, I want you to respond, "Springfield College is great." So let's give it a try. Attitude check. Parents, you can yell it out too. We're going to try it again. Attitude check. Springfield College is great. It's a wonderful institution where friendships are made, memories are created, and experiences are had that will last your lifetime. And graduates, I'm sure you're thinking to yourselves, I thought this day would never come. It has been a year and a half, I believe, and many of you have entered the workforce, like one of the graduates that's sitting out there. I don't know where she is, but Shannon Dudley. She's one of my teachers at Brookings. And I just want to thank Shannon for pouring love into the students in her classroom. There you are. Hi, Shannon. Thank you. I appreciate you. I would also like to take the time to thank AmeriCorps volunteers that have been at Brookings. We've had counseling interns, student teachers, and volunteers for our after-school BLAST and Partners programs. And also the SSBD program, you volunteered as well at Brookings. And I want you to know that you made a tremendous difference in the lives of our students, and we appreciate you. And we can give them a hand as well. Many of you have already entered the workforce, or you're preparing for that next chapter in your lives. And I know for certain that your final days at Springfield College was uncertain. Some of you may have been Zooming, quarantining, wishing and wondering, watching CNN, ABC, and even Fox News. It was hard to find anything positive to hold on to. Graduation day is finally here. As the saying goes, good things come to those who wait. What has COVID-19 taught you? What has COVID-19 taught you? COVID-19 taught me the importance of being flexible, creative, patient, and how important good hand washing is. While I was a student at Springfield College and during my 12 years as principal at Brookings, I've had to face many challenges and trials. In 2011, my school building was destroyed by a tornado. Whoever heard of a tornado in Springfield, Massachusetts? Talk about a life-changing experience. I want you to think about something you've experienced that has been life-changing. I'm going to quote Roger Crawford, who is a physically challenged athlete. He said, "Being challenged in life is inevitable. Being defeated is optional." This quote speaks directly to our attitude and outlook on life when weathering life's storms. Trials are going to come. How will you weather the storms? It speaks about taking the high road and looking at the cup as half full. I have often heard my father say, "Two men sat behind prison bars. One saw mud and the other saw stars. Are you looking up or are you looking down?" In life, we will face obstacles that will require us to encourage ourselves, or maybe do as I do. Look to the hills from whence cometh my help. My help comes from the Lord. Sometimes we must lean on others for support, and often we must give of ourselves. Our Springfield College Humanics philosophy teaches us we should be leaders and help others in need. No matter what we're going through, we must work smart. We must will ourselves to win and refuse to lose. We must dig deep and use the tools that God gave us and equipped us with to be victorious. We need to go out there and be great. Our motto at Springfield College is spirit, mind, and body. Spirit. Our spirit is our inner self, our inner man. In this life, our natural eyes may see defeat, failure, and problems. We need to be able to tap in to the supernatural and see beyond what's in front of us, where we can walk by faith and not by sight. Mind. It's mind over matter. Your mind is so powerful. We should continue to use our minds to empower ourselves and others. Body. Our bodies are all different, all special, and all unique. Often, we allow ourselves to be divided because of our differences. We look at what divides instead of what unifies. We should be celebrating our individuality. We should uplift, encourage, and inspire one another. My dear cousin Angela Martin says that we need to live a life that lives a legacy. You are doing just that. You need to continue to be the change that you want to see. My father has poured a lot of wisdom over his congregation throughout the years, and he told us, out of obscurity comes maturity. Out of ignorance, intelligence. Out of poverty, wealth. And out of bad situations, something good. Your accomplishments, your achievements, your tenacity, your resilience, your overall drive are something good, something very good. Today, we celebrate you. Attitude check. Attitude check. When I say Springfield, you say college. Springfield. Springfield. When I say oh, you say yeah. Oh. Oh. When I say we, you say made it. We. We. Springfield College class of 2020, you made it. Give yourselves a round of applause. Go out there, continue to be great. God bless you.
Thank you very much, Terry. Now, why don't we proceed to the degrees? How about that?
Will the candidates for the degrees of Doctor of Philosophy in Physical Education, Doctor of Psychology, and Doctor of Physical Therapy please rise? President Cooper, I have the honor of presenting these students and those others listed in the program as candidates for a doctoral degree at Springfield College.
By virtue of the authority given me by the Commonwealth of Massachusetts and by the trustees of Springfield College, I now confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, Doctor of Psychology, and Doctor of Physical Therapy, and admit to you all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. Please be seated.
Will the candidates for the degrees of Master of Business Administration, Master of Education, Master of Science, Master of Social Work, and Certificate of Advanced Graduate Study, please rise.
By virtue of the authority given me by the Commonwealth of Massachusetts and by the trustees of Springfield College, I now confer upon you the Certificate of Advanced Graduate Study, the Master of Business of Administration, Master of Education, Master of Science, or Master of Social Work, and admit you to all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. Please be seated.
Will the candidates for degrees of Bachelor of Science and Bachelor of Arts please rise? President Cooper, it's my honor to present to you these students as candidates for the bachelor's degree at Springfield College.
By virtue of the authority given me by the Commonwealth of Massachusetts and by the trustees of Springfield College, I now confer upon you the degree of Bachelor of Arts or Bachelor of Science and admit you to all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. Congratulations, and please be seated.
Before we begin the conferral of individual degrees, I would like to recognize those undergraduate students who have earned graduation honors. First, I would ask those students wearing gold honor cords to stand. These students will graduate summa cum laude with a cumulative grade point average of 3.9 to 4.0. Second, I would like to ask those students wearing maroon honor cords to stand. These students will graduate magna cum laude with a cumulative grade point averages of 3.7 to 3.899. Finally, I'd ask those students wearing white honor cords to stand. These students will graduate cum laude with a cumulative grade point average of 3.5 to 3.699. Thank you. Please join me in recognizing the accomplishments of these outstanding students. It is now my honor and privilege to begin the conferral of the 2020 Springfield College Doctoral Master's Certificate of Advanced Graduate Studies and Baccalaureate degrees to all students who met the requirements of their programs. This process will be assisted by our school deans. President Cooper, Dean Rubenstein will present the candidates from the School of Arts and Sciences. Will the candidates please rise and follow your marshals to the stage. Dean Rubenstein will begin recognizing the master's degree candidates.
Marangelis Aguirre. Jake Zachary Batista. Jennifer Bell. Elise Emma Brown. Kendall Shanae Bruce. Jeffrey Thomas Copeland. Shannon Dudley. Marilyn George. Cleona Love. Next, we will recognize the candidates for the degrees of Bachelor of Science or Bachelor of Arts in the School of Arts and Sciences. Emily Catherine Van Horn. Rachel A. Allmeyer. Abdulera Hatab Al-Subaye. Olivia Tate Baker. Eric Bellier. Grace Egan Berry. Stephanie Ann Brochu. Jennifer Lynn Brown. Vladimir Bernine. Thomas Callis. Taylor D. Campignoni. Grayson Carter. Angelica Jordan Kaur. Brian E. Davis. Francisco Delgado III. Alexander DeVito. Clifton J. Drayton Jr. Ryan E. Duffy. Catherine Evans. Mia Danielle Faccini. Justin Ross Feinberg. Daria Anna Filar. Kayla Gail Ashley Flynn. Victoria M. Gendreau. Christian Joseph Ganisi. Jacob Jason Gleason. Isabella Ray Grimes. Gabrielle Noel Gerard. Magdalena A. Guzman. Megan Hoyt. Alicia Lacasse. Ryan A. LaBeouf. Stephen Lewis. Michaela Lo Priori. Christopher J. Mayotte. Stephen Allen McCormack. Kirsten Marcella Melger. Renee Malisi. Leah Marie Michaud. Catherine Morillo. Molly B. Mowry. Brandon Willette. Joshua Batista Paulino. Donald J. Peck. Nicholas Perenick. Heath Evan Lake Post. Lauren Elizabeth Romano. Gina Marie Santapaula. Kevin Edward Sachs. Jennifer Nicole Slane. Asia A. Spears. Catherine Rose Strain. Evan Wheaton. Allison Marie Wheeler. Garion Jermaine Woods Miller. Johnson O. Weiss. Jonathan O. Weiss. Miao Zong. The following student marshals of the School of Arts and Sciences will now come forward to receive their diplomas. Emily Morgan Ellis. Alexandra Elizabeth Goslin. Julia Rose Rodriguez.
Please join me in congratulating all of these students from the School of Arts and Sciences. President Cooper, Dean Hallowell will present the candidates from the School of Health Sciences. Would the candidates and faculty sponsors for the degree of Doctor of Physical Therapy please approach the stage?
Taylor Brooke Darwin. Kyle Dillon. Alessandra Patricia Dutra. Brianna Ashley Kerr. Monica Lynn Lindsay. Laura Elizabeth Patruno. Megan Kelly Robichaud. Kayla Elizabeth Sanborn. Brittany Ann Sullivan. Austin Kane von Herringen, who is also a marshal. Next, we'll recognize the master's degree candidates from the School of Health Sciences. Caitlin S. Coelho. And now we'll recognize the bachelor degree candidates from the School of Health Sciences. Cassandra Brooke Eyre. Kevin James Barrett. Rachel C. Brown. Kayla Monique Broyles. Mackenzie Coleman. Taylor Elizabeth Conley. Cole Richmond Donovan. Megan Noel Dressel. Elsie Denise Hernandez. Amanda Catherine Hill. Lily Aniga Holm. Alexis Ann Huxtable. Taylor Nicole Jackson. Linda Yu Lee. Andrew Nian Lu. Amelia Kate Mackenzie. Mackenzie Lee Miller. Carly Moyer. Kylie Nell Mulcahy. Sarah Christine Murphy. Catherine Irene Nafis. Ricky Douglas Preston. Benjamin Rideout. Maria Isabel Sakaris. Jessica Gert Storch. Megan Marie Sweeney. Christopher Joseph Tringali. Marisa Valenti. Jordan Elizabeth Willis. Nicole C. Dyer. Now the student marshals of the School of Health Sciences will come forward to receive their diplomas. Kara Grace Friedman. Avery Grace Pedro.
Please join me in congratulating our graduates from the School of Health Sciences. President Cooper, Dean M. Susan Geyer will present the candidates from the School of Physical Education, Performance, and Sport Leadership. Would the candidates and their faculty sponsor for the Doctor of Philosophy in Physical Education please approach the stage?
Sarah Elizabeth Woolley. Next, we will recognize the master's degree candidates from the School of Physical Education, Performance, and Sport Leadership. Louis Michael Gomes. Amanda Ann Coulis. Austin Davis Leduc. Patrick McKierney. Jack Pino. Next, we will recognize the bachelor's degree candidates from the School of Physical Education, Performance, and Sport Leadership. Gabrielle Marie Alfieri. Nicholas J. Almonte. Kaylee Bernhardt. Robert F. Borderi, Jr. Margaret Teresa Brumhall. Ananda Caitlin Carey. Christopher A. Clemenson. Alexa T. Conley. Ashley Rose Consolini. Pang Fen. Taylor Melinda Hall. Tyler Hansen. Evan Thomas Hemerson. Zachary J. Kerr. Adam Kleiner. Jessica Lane. Jonathan A. Lech. Richard Lindley. Alex Todd Livingston. Molly Eileen Looney. Stephen H. Ludke. Kyle J.R. Malley. James Patrick Mateo. Gabriana Elizabeth Matthews. Eric McCracken. Johan Musa Robles. Colleen Marie Myers. Nicholas Patrick Pavalonis. Jacob Peters. Samuel Lee Sangas. Mark Anthony Serricchio, Jr. Rachel Judith Simmons. Bridget Dolores Walsh. Kyle Brandon Zoll. Joseph Patrick Sotelli. Cayman E. Brown. Would the marshals of the School of Physical Education, Performance, and Sports Leadership please come forward to receive your degrees? Bryce Alexander. Rebecca Hausman. Ryan J. Cole.
Please join me in congratulating our graduates from the School of Physical Education, Performance, and Sport Leadership. President Cooper, Dean Wesley Church will present the candidates from the School of Social Work and Behavioral Sciences. Would the candidates and their faculty sponsor for the degree of Doctor of Psychology please approach the stage?
Bessie Emmanuel Akpen. Patricia Ellis Nord. Next, we will recognize the master's degree candidates from the School of Social Work and Behavioral Sciences. Thank you. Yep. Elizabeth Crespin. Abigail L. Horowitz. Cheyenne Skinner. Desiree Cuevas. Natala F. Chambers. Ashley Chikini Juskis. Shanalia Jernigan. Tanya Michelle Davis. Amber Lynn Dyke. Natalie Patricia Mako. Okay. Nicole Perryman. Shaprice Fullwood. Zaz Monet Simone Bird. Devondra Jean Riddick. Destiny Deneen Grant. Kimberly Ann Leak. William H. Gerard III. Jeremy B. Lipka. Vanessa Leanne Turner. Michelle Marie Ming. Ashley Marsh. Raquel Lee. Ethel Lee Moore. Lisa Morgan. Brandon Moses. Chrisani Mabel Nazario. Michelle Addo. LCA Anan. Chantel W. Santos. Natalie D. Negron. Charday Elise Walker. Jacqueline Marie O'Keefe. Matthew Pavone. Julia Gable Perez. Amanda Rose Searle. That's okay. Taylor Alexis Silva. Craig Alvinston Williams, Jr. Letitia Antoinette Williams. Marissa Victoria Epstein Bascom. Brooke A. Gumlaw. Hayden Hodge Woolner. Next, we will recognize the bachelor degree candidates from the School of Social Work and Behavioral Sciences. Waleska Caceres Guevara. Michelle Charlize Cannon. Tracy Honorato. Tariq Amin Clayton. Christina E. Conley. Emily Zeal Curtis. Linda T. Curtis. Morgan Elizabeth Devine. Sharon Marie Eisenberger. Like the car. Christina Marie Ford. Ricky Fryer. Anthony Michael Gustin. Trinice Deshay Hall. Shamika Chantel Harrell. Jasmine Dominique Jones. Takia Louise Lee. Subhash Chandra Maji. Colleen Marie Munger. Betzita Munoz. Sarah Jessie Knoll. Damita J. Privet. Jennifer J. Ray. Kelsey Ann Ryder. Yadira Rivera. Kristen Rone Robinson. Maricelis Roman. Allison Christy Rosinski. Nairis M. Sanchez. Not much, how are you? Terrell A. Pitts. Giomara Pagan. Talia Michaela Toomey. Noemi Pagan. The following student marshals of the School of Social Work and Behavioral Sciences will now come forward to receive their diplomas. Kyle N. Murakami. Niles Turner. And Carlton Joseph Smith.
Please join me in congratulating our graduates from the School of Social Work and Behavioral Sciences. President Cooper, that concludes the presentation of our 2020 degree candidates. Graduates, congratulations. Now, it is my pleasure to introduce Dr. Anthony Siraj, trustee and president of the Alumni Council.
Will the graduates please stand?
Yeah. Thank you.
Hello, class of 2020. We realize you have now been alumni for some 18 months. However, I have not yet had the opportunity to officially welcome you to the Alumni Association. So on this special occasion, on behalf of the Springfield College Alumni Council, I want to officially welcome all of you to alumnus and alumni status. I know from our alumni director, Tammy Cadest-Lucy, that some of you have already attended alumni activities. We in the Alumni Association hope that you will maintain your bond with the college and participate in various events sponsored by the association. We also hope that you will continue to support your college and its mission. On behalf of the more than 51,000 living alumni of Springfield College, congratulations and welcome. In keeping with tradition and recognizing your new status as alumni, please move the tassel on your mortarboards from the right side to the left side, signifying your new status as Springfield College alumni. Congratulations.
Guests and graduates, thank you for joining us in this ceremony. Our commencement exercises will conclude with the college hymn sung by Daquan Thomas, class of 2023, and with a benediction offered by David McMahon, Director of Spiritual Life. Following the hymn and benediction, the faculty and graduates will recess out to my right. Family and friends, please exit out the doors behind you, and you will be able to meet up with your student outside in front of the athletic complex. We hope you can join us for the food truck festival out back here following the ceremony. Given the size of our event today, please continue to wear your mask outside unless you are eating. Now, please stand for the college hymn.
Now raise a song for Springfield, let hearts and voices blend to celebrate her praises, whose fame shall have no end. While fellowship makes holy, while eager hope elates, and visioned youth come thronging her spacious gates. Earthwide may happy childhood lift high its wandering eyes. Strong youth bring back the vision of earthly paradise. To follow truth to wisdom, nor faint through faltering fears. Be this thy task, O Springfield, through all thy years.
Please join with me in a spirit of prayer and reflection. Gracious source of all that is true and good and beautiful, in the presence of this moment, keep us mindful that this is not an end, but a beginning, that relationships established over years and 18 months with teachers, mentors, friends, family are not ending, but beginning anew and transforming. Remind these graduates, and indeed remind us all, of that prophetic voice which calls to us down through the generations, echoed in the words of Abraham Joshua Heschel. Morally speaking, there is no limit to the concern one must feel for the suffering of one's fellow human beings, that indifference to evil is worse than evil itself, that in a free society, some may be guilty, but all are responsible. For these graduates, may the education they have received, both in intellect and in character, enable them to bear that responsibility forth as they depart to serve. Keep us, we pray, in perfect peace, and help us to walk together, to work together, to pray together, to mourn together, to sing together, and live together, until one day when we may share and rejoice in our common bond of humanity in a world made new. Amen and amen.
Thank you.